What's up, guys? So the 5 causes of anxiety, chest pain. If you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt, smash that like button down below. Leave me a comment if you want to say, hey, what's up? Or if you just want to talk about some of these possible causes. Let me know if you've been to the doctor to get that initial reassurance that you need to accept anxiety and to get that reassurance and move forward to recover from anxiety itself. So, chest pain, guys. This is like the #1 topic on my YouTube channel comment sections on all my videos. Chest pain is the scariest thing for most of us because it's associated with our heart. We're terrified of having heart attacks or chest pain. That was my main squeeze the first 2.5 years of my health anxiety, pain disorder, social anxiety, and depression stint that I had. It was kicked off by a major 6-hour-long panic attack where I was hyperventilating, I had a palpitation, had every symptom known to man. But after that, my chest really started to hurt, especially the following days and weeks afterwards. So chest pain is just one of those deals. It's very terrifying. I will say that you always need to make sure that you go get an initial checkup. Don't be like me and wait forever to get checked and just worry and just hope that nothing was wrong, or I was scared to find out that there was something wrong with my heart. Especially if you're young, guys. Don't sit around and just mope and think that something's wrong with you. The odds are that there isn't, but it's always good to get the reassurance that you need to get so you can move forward. Don't waste all the time that I wasted obsessing about my health and basically tearing myself apart. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. The first main cause, I think, of chest pain, straight up, is muscle tension. Of course, it's the chest pain associated with anxiety. Muscle tension, I think, causes 90% of the pain-related symptoms that we get from anxiety. It can cause you to have headaches. It can cause you to have migraines, muscle tiredness, and fatigue. It can even aggravate your IBS symptoms by squeezing your stomach and your diaphragm. This can force you to have more heartburn and indigestion and Gerd issues. And it really can irritate your chest pain symptoms that you're having, because this is basically what I dealt with in the beginning. After that first 6-hour panic attack that I had, I didn't have a ton of crushing crazy chest pain. It started to happen as the panic attack went along because the muscle tension continued to get worse and worse. And then the days and weeks that followed, it felt like somebody just punched me right there in the center of my chest. Right there, it felt like my sternum was bruised. It would hurt when I got out of bed. I was so sure that I had just had a major heart attack, and I was just dealing with recurrent chest pain from there. From then, basically would have 5 to 10 of these panic attacks, or what I thought was heart attacks, every single day. Led to horrible health anxiety. So muscle tension, guys, whenever we're in that adrenal state, or your fight or flight response, or that body stress response that we get, causes a lot of muscle tension. This is why some of you deal with spasms or twitches, things like that. It can really drain our muscles and cause a lot of physical pain. It made me have horrible knots and back pain that I dealt with every single day as well. Wreaked havoc on my body. So muscle tension is something to think about. One of the main causes for any type of pain-related symptom with anxiety. The second one, guys, is heartburn, Gerd, indigestion. A lot of you are simply having chest pains because of this. And now, I'm not a doctor. You do need to make sure you go get diagnosed with whatever issue you're dealing with. I'm just here to say that some of you probably are dealing with this. I have a lot of people tell me, oh, I don't feel good, or I have a lot of stress and anxiety, and my heart rate and my chest feels all bad after eating. Probably because you're not watching what you eat. You're eating too much, you're eating too fast, you're eating processed food, spicy food, really filling food, not anything light and healthy. Many of us that have anxiety just ignore our diets, but we are what we eat. It really helps us with our mind and our body. It's going to help us with a lot of those physical symptoms. Now, I had horrible heartburn, Gerd, or indigestion and stuff basically my whole life. It got worse as I got older, but I never associated with chest pain or heart disease or heart attacks or anything like that before my anxiety. Now, after my anxiety, all of a sudden this is a big deal, and now all of a sudden the pain and stuff that I was feeling after my meals, of course I was magnifying it and exaggerating it, making it worse. Then I was like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack. I must have ate so much fattening food or sugar food that it clogged up my blood magically in 2 minutes, And that was just my way of thinking. What I had to eventually do was find out ways to reduce my heartburn, and that gave me some kind of, a little bit of reassurance aside from going to the doctors that, things were okay. I started to pick up on patterns, realizing at what times and what type of meals made me feel this way. So I had to stop overeating. I had to start changing what I ate, more plants and So fruits and veggies, less meats, less processed food, less spicy food. Had to eat a lot slower and small bites. Make sure that you chew your food all the way up. All of this helps so much. Get an antacid if you need to, or a long-term over-the-counter medicine to help you control your heartburn, and see if that doesn't help. Also, apple cider vinegar basically cured my heartburn. 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar with some lemon water. You take that first thing when you wake up. It's going to help you with digestive issues, including your heartburn. I don't even deal with it anymore. It's an amazing miracle cure. Not what I was going after whenever I got apple cider vinegar, but that was what helped me the most. The third one, guys, kind of going on into the deeper into the digestive system, bloating and gas. A lot of times we will have trapped gas in our upper abdomen that can mimic lower chest pain. It can actually radiate a little bit, so it make you feel that you're having more intense chest pains a little higher than the actual currents of the gas. Basically, I had horrible IBS symptoms, so having gas was no new thing for me my whole life, but anxiety obviously made my IBS symptoms much worse. Many of us have horrible digestive systems because of our anxiety disorders. So it's going to make us have more gas. Our stomach and intestines will produce more gas, and that can bubble up and get trapped. I would always, for instance, have this horrible trapped gas in the morning upon awakening because I would sleep on my back. It would pull up. I know it sounds gross, but that's how it was. And it took about 2 to 3 hours every single day for me to get this worked out of my system. And it always started up high, right under my pectoral muscles. And trapped gas can be there. It can mimic radiating pain, sharp, crampy pain, dull aches, any of that. And it just makes you feel full and tight. And that tightness also can be a scary thing. So sometimes bloating and gas could be some of the issues. And both of those happen more often with a higher frequency whenever you're dealing with an anxiety disorder like I was. The fourth one, hyperventilation. Now, whenever we are inhaling too much oxygen, often this happens with panic attacks, the blood vessels in our lungs contract. Okay, so they can become inflamed, more painful, it's a lasting pain that can happen after hyperventilation. And like I said, most of the time the hyperventilation is happening with panic attacks, but many of us that are experiencing chest pains are having panic attacks and health anxiety issues. So with the hyperventilation, guys, you got to work on breathing techniques that's going to help you. You basically want to make your panic attacks as less frequent and shorter in duration as possible. I found that the longer that my panic attack went on, the worse my hyperventilation got and the worse any result of my chest pain. So really focusing on that and just trying to get a hold of your panic disorder, which is only going to be helped by just basic anxiety management itself, which I will give you some tips on that towards the end of this video. The last one, guys, psychosomatic pain. There's some research, there's some still theory about this out there. It's not well known and understood. There's still some unanswered questions out there about it, but the idea is that you're feeling real pain with no physical cause. So there's nothing causing the physical pain. It's not necessarily the muscle tension or the heartburn or the gas or even the hyperventilation. It could literally meaning that you're speaking it into existence. There were times that I dealt with this. It's a very scary issue, mind-blowing actually, because we are so our brains are so freaking powerful. We underestimate them a lot of times. There were times when I would be looking up a symptom online. It would say that if you have right arm pain or right shoulder pain and your head hurts on the right side, then you could be having a major stroke or a brain aneurysm. And then after reading that, literally my right arm would start hurting, my shoulder would burn, and then I would have like a dull ache on the side of my head. That's crazy. There was nothing that physically caused that. There could be some issues that's causing it, like maybe for some reason, if it isn't purely you speaking it into existence, maybe your mind is so good at pinpointing muscle tension in certain areas to make things hurt worse there. That's a theory too, maybe my personal theory, that could be happening. But there's a lot of talk about psychosomatic pain, especially lately. It's something that's being experimented with more tests are being done on it, so hopefully we can understand that better. So guys, if you have any of these causes of chest pain due to anxiety, we have to start working on our anxiety itself. And I tell you all the tips at the end of my videos, but the very first thing that you got to do, guys, is that you really need to start working on your root causes and your underlying factors. Now that can be something like it's genetic, or you could have had childhood trauma, You could have been bullied a lot. You could have dealt with a hard breakup, or maybe your parents divorced. Maybe you didn't know your mother or know your father, or somebody close to you died. It could be many different things. It's different for everybody. I can't tell you what your root cause is, but what I can tell you is that you have to investigate and spend some time on figuring it out so you can forgive whoever you got to forgive, put in the past what you got to put in the past, and just let go and move forward. I know it's easier said than done, unfortunately. It takes time, and ways that we can do that, guys, meditation and journaling are great, not only healthy coping mechanisms for anxiety, but they're going to help you identify some of those underlying factors and root causes. Meditation is a great thing to do. Do some guided meditation on YouTube. Get to a quiet place and spend 15 to 30 minutes a day doing this, mainly in the mornings and evening. That's whenever you're the closest to your subconscious mind. I want you to follow that up with like 15 to 20 minutes of journaling. You write your diets, your exercise, your goals, your aspirations, what worked today that you want to replicate tomorrow, what didn't work today that you want to change tomorrow going forward. Aside from that, guys, make sure that you're eating right. We are what we eat. Like I said, you're going to help a lot of physical symptoms of anxiety just by changing your diet. It needs to be a plant-based diet, lots of fruits, veggies, less processed food, less meat. Make sure if you are eating a meat, it needs to be lean meat, so turkey, poultry, and fish. Fish is great in omega-3, and a lot of those meats that I just mentioned have a lot of vitamin B in it, and vitamin B12 and vitamin B6 are great for mood stabilizing. Do things like take cold showers. They have the same kind of effect that a antidepressant has on our neurotransmitters. I don't know why this happens exactly, but whenever I take a cold shower and I get out, I have this sense of peace and calm. I will actually link a video at the end of this video so you can check that out. I did a video strictly on cold showers, anxiety, and depression, how it helps those. Something else that we can be doing is taking a multivitamin. Most of us do not eat perfect, so there are nutrients that we are lacking. This could be aiding in our anxieties, so make sure that you get a multivitamin. I take one a day mins. I do vitamin C. Vitamin C is good for our immune system. It's also great for anxiety. I will put the link to an anxiety store down below so you can find the vitamins that I recommend for men and women. Also, there's a lot of other workbooks, a lot of other resources, general books on anxiety, meditation, health, anxiety, panic disorder. So be taking advantage of every resource that you can get a hold of. Join online support groups. Unfortunately, a lot of people do not understand us when we're going through anxiety, especially if we have health anxiety. People just don't get why we obsess over this. And it's easy to feel alone. So join the Facebook group that I set up down below. It's for any type of anxiety disorder. You are welcome there. We help each other out. We help with methods on getting better. I post my videos there. We're a big family. We're over 1,000 members, so 1,000 people that you can relate to. That's an amazing, amazing thing for you to check out and try to be a part of and take advantage of. Subscribe if you haven't, guys, and hit that notification bell so you get updates whenever I put my videos out. Make sure you like this video, and again, leave me a comment down below. Also, I have a Patreon account down below. I've got 4 people that have joined. Thank you if you're watching and you've joined. It's only $1 to get in, and that goes to the support of the channel. There are many different things like Skype sessions that we can do one-on-one where you can hang out and ask any of the anxiety questions that you have or any questions revolving anything. Also, I have thank you notes that I'll send out, access to my photos. I have a Patreon feed where you can see behind the scene footage of me, and whenever I go on vacation and do daily things, it could be me folding some laundry. You'll get to be there with me and check me out doing that. I know, so freaking exciting. Aside from that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video for the 5 causes of anxiety, chest pain. Remember to get that reassurance from the doctor. That's freaking crucial. And then learning how to trust the test results and the doctors, that's the next step. Then work on your underlying causes and your root causes, underlying factors. So thank you so much, guys. Stay strong out there. Keep fighting your anxiety. And I hope you have a great evening.